Hey, it's Ben Price. It's September 30th, which means it's time for a monthly update. Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me for this monthly update. It's going to be a quick one. I did a lot in September, but I did it all in one location. I spent all of September minus 3 days on the Virgin Scarlet Lady. I had 5 contracts, 4 shows a contract, which means I performed 20 shows in 2 different venues for about 6,000 people, 6,000 different sailors coming in and out of those shows, which is phenomenal. I loved every minute of it. You always get to meet such interesting people on board, and I love performing the shows, so that was really great. My first contract, when I first got on board, my sister was able to be with me. She and I had a lot of fun. It was her first time on Virgin. She really loved the vibe, so we spent a lot of time doing the things on the ship. We saw all the shows, we went to all the restaurants. We did spend 1 day in Bimini together. She went out on an excursion by herself in Mexico. She went to a cenote swim and some Mayan ruins, which she really loved. I couldn't go because I had a show on that day, and on show days I don't like to go too far out of the port, just in case you don't make it back. You never know. Even if the ship doesn't leave the port, the shows still go on, so it's good to be around the ship. So she had a lot of fun doing that. After she flew home, I had 2 voyages alone. I did those 2 voyages alone. It was fine, it was fun, whatever, but the next voyage, Tori joined me, and she's been with me ever since. So she had 2 voyages with me, and we've been spending a lot of time doing things on this ship and things off this ship. So in Mexico, we got off, we hung around the port area. It was okay. Then we spent some time together in Bimini. She did a lot of swimming, hung out with some mermaids. I'll put a picture of that somewhere here. We have 1 more Bimini stop coming up, but that's going to happen in October, so I'll tell you about that in the next monthly update. Here's a notable story that happened in September. Now, after every one of my shows, I come to the door, I shake some hands, I take pictures, I say thank you. These people have sat and listened to me for about 60 minutes. The least I could do is come and take some time and just say thank you for coming. The reason I'm able to do what I do is because their butt is in a seat and they have an interest in watching a magic show. So I'm super grateful for them. I love to say thank you, and usually talking to these people is really fun. We have little conversations. They say how much they appreciated the show. I say how much I appreciated them coming to the show. It's a great interchange, normally. On one of my shows, I was at the door, and this person, we'll call them Royal Blue Hair, comes up to me and said, and I'm quoting here, "I hated you. I don't like you, didn't like the show, didn't get it." Now, I'm Canadian, so I take the polite approach and say, you know what? That's okay. Thank you so much for coming anyway, but the show can't be for everyone. Not everyone can be expected to like every single show, so I was totally fine that they didn't enjoy their time. However, I thought this would be the end of the interaction. Boy, was I wrong. As other people started to leave the theater, and they were saying, which I truly appreciated at this point, really nice things, they stayed and continued to tell me how much they hated me. This was very strange to me, so I just kind of ignored it. I kept saying goodbye and thank you to other people as they were leaving the theater. They eventually get tired and obviously decide that I'm ignoring them and they don't care to tell me how much they hate me anymore and walk away. Now, they don't walk out of the theater, they just walk over to a point where their travel buddy companion is sitting. They talk to their travel companion for a moment and obviously have told them that they just told me that they hated me. The travel companion, clearly embarrassed, sends them back to apologize. Now, Royal Blue Hair clearly didn't have good parents or anyone in their lives that told them how to be a good person, because their apology sucked. Their apology consisted of them saying how much they hated me after one, "I'm sorry." So the apology was just horrendous. They said they were sorry, but then continued to tell me how much they hated me. I was so uncomfortable. I didn't know how to deal with this situation. It made me truly uncomfortable, and I've never dealt with something like that before. Not to say that I probably won't deal with it again in the future. Again, not everyone can be held or asked to enjoy every single performance of anything, really. Not just for me, anything. Even if you go to a baseball game, maybe you don't enjoy the baseball game, but I feel like even if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to go and try to talk to every single baseball player to tell them that you hated them and the game. So it was truly weird. I was eventually saved by my stage manager, who just politely pulled me away from the situation and told me that I had to clean up and get ready for the next show. I didn't, but I'm grateful that they pulled me away. That wraps up the September update. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, if you do like these videos, please do like and subscribe. Maybe send them off to a friend to have a watch if you think they'd have any interest in following the life of a traveling magician. Until next time, though, stay happy, stay healthy, and keep your stick on the ice. My Canadian friends understand that reference.